Before I officially start the program, can I get a volunteer azovula ngomthandazo? You can just raise your hand and the mic izoza kuwe. A volunteer. Sign language people. Tutuko, sorry, from your side, the sign interpreter. Is sign interpreter.
Testing. One.
Yey. Baba wethu osezulwini malephathwe ngobungcwele igama lakho, umbuso wakho mawuze, intando yakho mayenziwe emhlabeni njengokuba isenziwa ezulwini. Siphe namhlanje ke isonka sethu semihla ngemihla, sithethelele amacala ethu njengokuba nathi sibathethelela abanamacala kithi. Sindise ke ebilingweni, sindise nkohlakalweni, ubomi bobakho namandla nobukhosi kuze kube ngunaphakade. Amen. Jehova Nkulunkulu wethu namandla, Nkosi, ingathi ke Nkosi ungamkela lo mthandazo, asalinto singaboni siyona ngocinga nangothetha nangokwenza kwethu. Amen. Siyabulela ke mzali. Amen.
Siyabonga tata, siyabulela ngokusivulela isession yethu ngomthandazo. Good afternoon once again to everyone. Azengupi, this side. In the middle. No problem. I'm not gonna fit in. Thank you so much. We are honored at the City of Johannesburg today to host one of our very important stakeholders. I am Councillor Nobuhle Mthembu, the Speaker of the City of Johannesburg. And we've been engaging with IDP sessions for the past 8 weeks. So today, it's the first one that we are hosting one of this nature. And we are very excited because there's going to be robust engagement, but at the end of the day, we're going to find each other. I would like to introduce everyone that's sitting here in the table with me. I will start off with the acting mayor of the day. And our acting mayor of the day is MMC Arnolds, who is also the MMC of Finance. MMC Arnolds? Next to the MMC of Finance, who is our acting mayor for the day, is MMC of Community Development, MMC Nkonku. We also have two of our chairpersons, our Section 79 chairpersons, and I would like to recognize and acknowledge Chairperson of EISD, Chairperson Munyai. Next to the chairperson of EISD is chairperson of Ichiodi. Ichiodi, it's women, the youth, and people living with physical challenges, and it's chairperson Zigebe. We also have the head of legislature, which is the secretary of council. The Secretary of Council is the head of administration in the legislature wing. Can you all acknowledge our Secretary of Council, Mr. Andile Gobinga? But most importantly today, the stakeholder, which is yourself. As the City of Johannesburg, we invited between 200 and 250 stakeholders today. Usually when I make opening remarks, I don't take hands, but because of the group that we have today, I want everyone to understand what's happening and I don't want to leave anyone behind. So can I get a roving mic for the lady Ohleli Phambili with the orange jacket, please? Yes.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. Hope everyone is good in the morning. My name is Nomonde. I'm from Soweto at Sharp. Before we start, there is something that I have to say. We came home, most of the people are taking tablets, and they get at their stations where they were going to be picked at 7. So they are here. Everyone is crying about it, that they are hungry because they want to take tablets. They don't have food. They can't eat apple and take tablets. And another thing, I'm so disappointed because the pamphlet said you are catering for disabled people. We are PWDs, we are on wheelchairs, but you brought us a bus that is supposed to be catered for able bodies. We were picked up, others are left. They didn't come because they have urinary bags, they don't want to be picked up. And I even called Victor yesterday. He told me that we are going to have a disabled buses, wheelchair-friendly buses. So I'm very disappointed. Before we start, can you have a clarity? Because when we go back, we are not going to be picked up. We want buses that are appropriate for us so that we can go back. Because this event is for disabled people. When you cater for disabled people, kindly, the environment must be friendly and the transport must be friendly. Thank you.
Yeah, through you, Madam Speaker. The other thing, good people, that we have to take into consideration, the way I can say is the MC. Firstly, MC, we are people with disabilities. We are not people living with challenges as if disability is a disease or something. When you address us, may you please address us in an appropriate manner, people with disabilities. I still want to concur on what Namonde said. And all of us, we know. I mean, it's sad what we saw. People had to crawl to get into the buses. People had to be picked up, which is it's totally unacceptable. Before we start with this program, we will be happy to be guaranteed that when we go back, the buses will be accessible because we're not going to go back with those buses. There will be a video, if possible, can we play the video on how people got into the buses so that everybody who's here, especially the guy here, what's your name again, mister? They say you are the one who's responsible for people with disabilities. You are not responsible, in fact, you are not responsible for people with disabilities. We are responsible for people living with challenges, not people with disabilities. So we'll be able to play a video so that everyone who's here can see the struggle that the people encountered coming here, before everything can start.
Thank you, Sis Nomonde and Uputo Pamgwako. I think it's very important that you highlight issues like this so that sonke njengoba sila, even people who organize transport, that we hear, Yusuf, the challenges, because I agree with them. If we set a session like this We must accommodate all the stakeholders that are invited. So, ngendaba yokudla sesinomonde, I'll speak with them and see if they can distribute now the food packs. If food packs can be distributed now so that our stakeholders can be able to take their tablets. Sesinomonde and Nopoti, I'll engage with you as well, ne? I'll engage with you. Thank you so much for that. And we do apologize. And speaking about this, ngiyaxolisa ngokuthi people living with physical challenges, I'll use the term people living with disability. Ngiyaxolisa. People with disability. Ngiyabonga. Ngiyaxolisa lapho.
I was thinking before we start, let's give it at least 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
There are more people coming in. Let them settle first and then make it.
No, we need to continue.
We can continue.
Yeah. And on behalf of the city, there's something else that I would like to acknowledge that we fall behind on. We know there are people who are visually impaired, and we come to a session like this and they can't read this document. So that's something that we are falling behind with, and we do know what it's something fancy. We cannot afford to exclude anyone, and we don't want to do that. So I am just the speaker that's going to be doing a welcome and introduction, but there is going to be MC Wetu, which is the program director, the chairperson of GOD. Can I just quickly go through the agenda yetu? Our agenda is opening, which I've done. Then I'll hand over to the chairperson to do the welcome. Then the acting mayor will do presentation. Then number 4, it will be community input. So that's an opportunity for everyone, Okelila, to come and speak more. Le ekalo sisnomonde, ingaqhubeka lapho, community input. But it's 2 people per ward. And you don't have to come to the front, ungaphakamisa isandla, and then balethi mic kuwe. And then number 5, yile responses, whereby when you have submitted an input, then you'll get a response from our MMC. And then after that, we go straight to a closure. I would like to welcome the program director, who will also be doing a welcome, chairperson of GOD, Councillor Zikebe.
Asibonge ku-Speaker we-Council, we-City of Joburg, igama lami nguYonga Mazigebe. The chairperson for Gender, Youth and People with Disabilities in the Section 79 committee of the City of Johannesburg. The City of Johannesburg warmly welcomes all residents to the Integrated Development Plan, a mid-term budget and draft rates and tariffs policy public participation session for the 2025-2026. Can I ask officials, may I request whatever you are doing there, it should not distract us. So if you have to do it now, then it should not distract the flow of the meeting, please. Thank you. This session is designed specifically to engage with you, our valued stakeholders, and to present the draft IDP, medium-term budget rates and tariff proposals. We strongly encourage all of you to provide feedback, to provide suggestions and comments on these draft documents. Recognizing the importance of broad and inclusive engagement, we have scheduled these sessions to allow for maximum participation across various stakeholder groups. As today, this is a targeted stakeholder within the City of Johannesburg, is people living with disabilities. People with disabilities, pardon me. Thank you. Maqabane, great stakeholders. Angazi noma ama-form azoba khona because isikhathi sethu 2 hours, right? So uma sizobuza ama-questions so uya ngokwama-regions, like from region A up until region G. So kuyosukumisa isandla region A masukuye, sithatha ama-question wabo,
then njalo njalo size siyofika ekugcineni. The other ones, the people who could not put up their suggestions or inputs in this particular meeting, there is still an online participation platform that is opened for the City of Johannesburg. You can go on your phone, click on the QR code, and then we are going to be able to do that. We are going to be able to put your inputs and suggestions on how we are going to build the City of Johannesburg going forward. This session is here to assist us to better understand our stakeholders, Angit, to better understand your challenges and how the city can be able to save us, people with disabilities better than logo sekutholile manje ukuthi sihluleke nje ukunika amabhasi which are friendly ukuthi nikhona ukugibela kuwo kahle. Manje sekwenzekiwe okuningi, mina okwami nje is to facilitate the conversation and not to table anything. So ngizobiza acting executive mayor Mama Margaret Arnolds to come and present the draft IDP. Then meqeda sizongena ku question and answers. We are clear on that, right? So the question and answers will be after a presentation, and I encourage maximum participation. Ungashiyi nix, don't leave anything behind, because this is your plan and this is a people's plan. If we've tagged it as a people's plan, it should be incorporative of everyone in the City of Johannesburg, because we do not want to leave anyone behind. We need to carry everyone with us, and including how we deliver services. The acting executive mayor.
Can you move slightly, because I can't see the screen. Can someone please move the screen can we move the screen? I cannot see the screen at all. Good morning, everybody. I first of all want to start off by saying welcome to all of you. But I also want to, on behalf of the executive, I want to say we will look into the fact that the buses were not disabled friendly, and we'll also see to it that you are given something so that you can take your tablets. Speaker of Council, chairpersons of Section 79 present, to the MMC of Community Development, MMC in Conco, Secretary to Council, all officials present, to the Councillor of the region, Councillor Faiza Cham, good morning. And if we can ask, officials, can you settle down? Can we respect the people that are here? Because we are the people, as officials, that is making the noise. I thank you. Can we start with the presentation?
Let me turn it on.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruptions. I'm going to start off by saying that this IDP is a people's plan, and therefore we have you to be part of this plan, for you to engage and for you to tell us what our shortcomings is and how you would like to see this plan work for you as people with disability. Johannesburg isn't just a city, it's a force, it's a spirit, and it's a story in motion. This IDP is not just a script, but it is a script that we are writing together. Thus, it is called a people's plan. Are the screens on the sides working? Thank you. Can we go to the next page? The challenges that we are facing are real, but so is our power to fix these challenges. From a crumbling infrastructure to a strategic capex targeting high-impact precincts. From inequality in services to prioritizing underserviced areas through entity reform plans. And we know that you are one of those underserviced areas in our communities. We know that you are also frustrated, and we are saying that from public frustration to a transparent and a community-led planning. This IDP is not just a patchwork, it's a pivot, it's a blueprint for breakthrough. Next page, please. What can Johannesburg become when we all believe and we all act? We need to act together. We can have a city that works, that gives efficient services, and there should be no excuses why we do not give you the right services. Like the buses that you had this morning, there should be no excuse because we knew that we are catering for people with disabilities. A city that includes everybody, because all of us are counted and every area in the city is valued. We also need a city that inspires from beauty to dignity and public pride. This is the Johannesburg we are building through this IDP. We are saying one road, one ward, one budget, line at a time. This people's plan has a turnaround. Now in November 2024, the executive went to a Likhotla, which gave us clarity on what people want. And what people want in society is they want a change. They don't want a change that is only said with lips, but they want a change that's active, a change that has impact on their lives, a change that's visible, tangible, and lasting, not something that just happens for today and tomorrow it's gone. The IDP is now driven by lived realities and community priorities. Capex is going where it matters most, to the forgotten, the overlooked, and the overdue. We are having moderate tariff change, which are not about rapid revenue. They're about commitment to visible delivery and appreciation of the plight of the people. This is not just a delivery, but it is an impact delivery. Reimagining Joburg isn't just a slogan, it's a strategy, and we are saying, let's build the next chapter together. We also looked as a city at what you said and what you want. There are key burning issues for people with disabilities in the city of Johannesburg. Health and social programs you asked for. Equal access to job and business opportunities. You said there's insufficient access to wheelchairs, to walkers, to white cares and hearing aids, etc. I also know that we are failing you on the issue of those that are visually impaired. There's no braille for you, not even in the libraries. A lack of access to land, equality in education, society, etc. psychological support, lack of universal access in public transport, which was a complaint that we just got. What are we doing? We have skills development and enhancing literacy skills. There's also an establishment of food gardens through food resilience units. Introducing disability inclusive programs in libraries that will assist persons with disability to develop reading and comprehensive skills. Exposing persons with disability to information, technology, and the fourth industrial revolution by establishing computer-based literacy numeracy centers. We are also looking at getting you access to land and housing to promote you. Access to land and security. Access to transport. Advocacy for public transport to be disability friendly. We are also looking at economic empowerment, SMME development, and job readiness creation. A provision of reasonable accommodation, assistive and adaptive devices, such as wheelchairs, the walkers, the white canes, the signature templates, and hearing aids, and all other things. We are also looking at inclusive services for women and with disability programs to create awareness and provide accessible resources and programs. We also know that women, whether disabled or not disabled, they are sometimes at the end of any row. Next page, please. We also have social development specific programs. The education awareness, this is aimed at sharing information and facilitation of workshops targeting people with disabilities. We are looking at economic empowerment, as I said before. This is aimed at facilitation of access to skills development and economic opportunities. There are also ongoing programs and projects. We did leveraging on technology to improve your service delivery as well. Next page. Technology in action. AFS for smart transport, automated fare collection. The Zenzele program, the online billing and payment portal. The IIOC, CCV camera and control center for smart safety. Cyber security posture. Our CSD applications and e-procurement that will also assist you not to walk from one office to the next office, but for you to do it in the comfort of your homes. We are bridging the digital divide within communities. The city drive to bridge the digital divide included, but not limited to the following: to develop a stronger broadband infrastructure, increasing connectivity by including aerial, fiber, and satellite mobile connectivity. By providing wholesale broadband, the city has invested in digital education by providing all libraries with free Wi-Fi and also implementing the online learning platform. The SMME reseller program of City of Johannesburg for MTC service devices, a locally appropriate public-private solution. We also have the economic opportunities and financing, the agri-processing, the automotive sector, the manufacturing and mining, the business, and also the creative training in national certificates, as well as public employment programs. We know the PEP and the World Bank Group of the pilot projects. Can we go to the next page? There you have how we will respond to all the issues. We want to remain and attain a world-class African city. We want to have an improved quality of life, which is coupled to our safer city. We also want to provide a resilient, livable, sustainable urban environment underpinned by the smart infrastructure supportive of a low carbon economy, and that is part of our energy mix, our infrastructure development and refurbishment. An inclusive, job-intensive, resilient, competitive, and a smart economy that harnesses the potential of citizens. So every citizen is important, and you too have potential. And that goes with our sustained economic growth, our green economy, job opportunity and creation. We also want to have a high-performing, smart metropolitan government that proactively contributes to and builds a sustainable, socially inclusive, locally integrated, and globally competitive Gauteng city. Our financial sustainability, active and engaged citizenry, and a smart city. On this slide, you will see there's a house, and this house is built on accelerated service delivery, whereby our key pillars, as mentioned prior, is on financial sustainability, on inner city rejuvenation, on safety and bylaw enforcement, on the digital economy, and an enabler strategic partnership. And these do definitely include all of you. You cannot be left out of it. Next page, please. Of course, I've mentioned that we went to Olikotla, and I've also mentioned a few of the key issues, like our strategic initiatives, how to transform Joburg through the eyes of the residents. What is our key interventions and our key performance indicators? Optimization of municipal operations, and what is the residents' experience? As I said, we said that residents needed action and residents needed us to do as they would want us to do. Accelerated service delivery, we don't need to have blackouts or infrastructure failures. We need a reliable world-class infrastructure, and which we said, it's fix it in 48 hours policy, should go through all the regions. Water infrastructure modernization. We also have public-private partnerships, which is the triple Ps, and residents can benefit from all these. Your malls, your housing, your jobs, and community infrastructure that is funded by the private investment. We also cannot do it just as a city or just as a government. We need the private-public participation. Councillor Ricky Ney, can you come forward? Can you be seated over here? You are one of us. An inclusive economic growth and job creation. That's what we need. We've also spoken about the energy security and renewable transition. We said we don't want blackouts. We want to have 25% energy from renewables by 2030. And we want to have rolling blackouts eliminated by 2026. Digital transformation and smart city initiatives. We want to have a seamless digital services for residents to access all services online without queries. We want 100% of service digitized by 2026, 95% of homes with internet access. We have also called on national government to come and assist us. You know, sometimes when you are a child in the house and you go out of the house, you sometimes go to the parents to ask for assistance. And this is exactly what we have done. We've asked for national government to come in and assist us with some of the issues so that we are able to give to you flawless services. We have the inner city rejuvenation. I'm certain that some of you have seen what's happening in the inner city, where we are trying to clean up the inner city, and we are hoping that we can do it ward by ward in all the regions. We want to have a governance and financial sustainability. We want to stabilize political and administrative leadership. We want to ensure that human settlements and social development is also delivering adequate services on housing and upgrading informal settlements and addressing homelessness. Every tap in the city should be giving water. Every place or every home should have sanitization. We also need electricity and energy all over, and we want to have a clean and safe public spaces. Thus, we have called on national government to assist us. On this slide, you will actually see where the budget is going to. We have budget allocation for the trading services reforms, which is City Power, Joburg Water, and JRA, and Pick It Up that will be getting 1 billion. Additional 1 billion for cash reserves allocated for 2027 and 2028. Operational capital, which is furniture, equipment, and deprioritizing of financial stability. Our key investment areas are roads, power, water, sewer systems. We are focusing on transformation of zones, strategic economic nodes, deprivation areas, and the projects aligned to capital expenditure. On the next slide, you will see the deprivation focus areas. I'm not going to go through them. Region A is Ivory Park and Ebony, and you will also see that all the issues are similar in all the different areas in the deprived areas. Where you are, we are in Region F. There are always also some of those issues. Our budget for this year is 87.8 billion. 8.5 billion, 91% goes to operating costs. Things like salaries, maintenance, and services. 7.3 billion, 8.3% will go to capital projects. That will be the building of infrastructure. Now we all ask, where does the money come from? Where do we get the money from? We are funding resources which comes from national government, provincial government, but 75% of it comes from people paying for revenue. We need people to pay for water, electricity, and taxes, and that's where the bulk of the money comes from. As you can see, the picture over there shows exactly how this cake is cut and what goes where. I'm not going to dwell much on the other slide, where we are showing you what we are giving to the departments. As you can see, City Power, Joburg Water, Joburg Roads, and Human Settlements gets the bulk of the funding. There are moderate issues on Pick It Up and public safety and health services. Now the one that is on everybody's lips and on everybody's tongues is the issue of tariffs. Those that have homes under the 300,000 are excluded from these tariffs. Electricity, we went slightly down on Eskom. We are better than Eskom. On the water, we are also a bit high, but because there's a lot of issues in water. Sanitation, we have 7.70%, refuse 5.9%. I would like to clear up the issue of the surcharge. Last year, the surcharge was a sticky toffee, but we are way under other municipalities. I'll make an example. We are way under the Western Cape. We are charging 200 Rand, and then there is a 30 Rand, which is VAT. But those of you that are on ESP, and I would suggest that if you are not on ESP, ensure that you go onto the ESP list, because that list is still a bit skewed, and we need to have more people on that list. Because if you are on that list, you are exempted from paying for quite a few things. The free basic 6 kiloliters of water remains. There's no increase to the availability charges for both prepaid and conventional meters. The proposed increase for tariffs is 4.6. And there will also be an introduction of a new penalty tariff called non-maintenance. So all those people that own buildings, even government that owns buildings, and they are not cleaning up their buildings, painting their buildings, beautifying their buildings, they will be penalized and they will have to pay something. Remember, we said earlier on, we need a city that is good and looks good for all of us. Can we go to the next one? Despite all the challenges, our commitment is to service delivery to remain unwavering. Access to basic services in the informal dwellings, 89.8% has water. Sorry, 98.3% has water, according to Stats SA. Electricity, 94.1%. Sanitation, 93%, and 90.5% refuse removal. I'm going to stop at this, but I want to say Johannesburg's 2025-2026 IDP is focused on creating a fair, inclusive, and responsive city for all its residents. The city's budget prioritizes support for underserved communities and ensures that resources are distributed equitable. Tariff increases are kept moderate to protect residents while maintaining reliable service delivery. Service delivery challenges are being addressed through targeted infrastructure improvement and greater accountability. I want to repeat, this is not the City of Johannesburg's plan alone. This is a people's plan. And all of us that reside in the City of Johannesburg should participate in this plan. It is shaped by the communities, and your voices are aimed at ensuring no one is left behind. We are building a city where everybody can participate, contribute, and thrive through strong partnership and shared responsibility. You are just as equal as the person that is able to walk without help, as the person that's able to see. You are just as equal, and you need the very same services that they are getting. I thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor, for the day. While the program is ongoing, I would like that we distribute food to our stakeholders. May the officials please assist with that. And while receiving food, can we please receive food and listen, right? And take part into the conversation as we do that. And I like that we have a very, disciplined stakeholders today. Others will be very wow and everything and very noisy. But I like my stakeholders. And I think we should give ourselves a round of applause for that. Thank you. Can you, officials, can you quickly do that for us? I understand that there are people who are taking medication and they should not stay a long time without having something to eat. Yeah. All right. Let's do that. All right. I'm not seeing movement. I'm worried about that. Oh, there's movement. Okay, can we be very quick? I'm going to give you 10 minutes to distribute food, to serve, so that we do not get disruptions. While you are being, for these 10 minutes you are being served, as I said earlier on, that we are going to take questions from each region, from region A until region G. So we have 8 regions. But what I'm going to do in order for us to be able to control the flow of the conversation, per region, in the first round, I'm going to give only 3 people. Just for the first round, up until we are done, you get responses from the MMCs and the acting executive mayor. Then if we have time, we're going to go into the second round, all right, of questions or inputs. It's not just questions only, right? It's inputs. Because what has just been presented before you now is a draft IDP. So you're the one who is stamping to say, this is a correct document that is going to serve us in the next financial year. Or there are areas within the document that you are not happy with, that are not serving people with disabilities, okay? Or are not serving our communities as a whole. So that's what you are presenting to say, give us a go-ahead, can we implement this? Are you happy with this draft? If you are, kudos. If not, you make your inputs, you make your suggestions, and you raise other issues that you might be facing in your different communities and sectors. So just for this 10 minutes, I'm going to stop so that food is served. Once that is done, while we are eating, we'll have 3 hands from region A up until region G. 3 hands. If you cannot come to the mic in the front, I would ask you to raise your hand. They'll come to you with a roving mic so that you are able to ask your questions. Is that okay? That's okay. Thank you very much. There they are coming. Chair, please assist. There's a hand. Okay, I see 2 hands. Is this about us serving food? Or is it for when we are dealing with the IDP session?
Afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My name is Dennis Biela from Tukuluho Health Self Center. I am so disappointed, guys. Issue of transport. We are from different centers. We've got our own transport. What you should have done, Gutin Kulumenati. So it's look and say to nothing about us without us. So you just do your own things without talking to us. That's where the problem is. So, into fanele niyenze nisikole kuma center wethu sikhiphe transport yethu accessible, friendly, telepetrol size. So this issue has been, this is a pending issue for us. Transport, it's an issue wherever we go. And now we are going to dish up food for us. You don't even care who's on diet, which diet. You just give us 2 slices of bread and peanut butter and sweet, that's all. No, some of us are on special diet. We need to communicate a lot. And according to the presentation, everything, you know, you guys know everything about us. But when are we going to put that thing into practice? We are sick and tired of, we want action. Let it be the year of action. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Okay. thank you very much for that input. I think, okay, let me not answer the food thing. I was not there. There's a gentleman, no, the one with the beanie hat.
He's deaf, he can't speak. Hi, thank you. My name is Qiniso Skosana. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am the chairperson for the disability or disabled community in Gauteng. I'm also a member of the Johannesburg Council. I work very closely with our mayor, Mr. Dada Morero. But today, I would like to focus, or rather give advice to all of you, that whenever you're holding a meeting, it's important that when people with disabilities are present, you need to ensure that we focus on the different disabilities, because there are people who have physical disabilities, people who are deaf, blind. You're working with people with disabilities, so please take cognizance of that. Maybe have the meeting or the sitting early in the morning so that we avoid going home late, because we are people with disabilities. Another thing is to ensure that food is served earlier in the morning, because there are people who need to take their medication. It's important to engage and consult with, stakeholders. So this is just my ask. Please consult with stakeholders to ensure that, such a sitting is effective and, it fulfills its purpose. That's all I wanted to say. It's just advice from me to you guys.
Thank you very much for that advice. I think it's progressive. Yeah, no, don't worry, it's fine. Thank you very much, really appreciate that. And I believe that our officials are taking note. And I think also as chairperson of Section 79 committees, it's something that we are going to push within that and hold officials and the executive accountable in these areas. I saw the gentleman with the red, orange. Yes, orange. I think because we are having, can we continue with serving food and the conversations is going on? Because I've picked up that right now we're having the conversation, so the 10 minutes does not apply anymore. So we can continue to engage the IDP, engage the issues that you are having, and then we continue, because an issue of time was raised just now. So I think I'm cognizant of that. So let us do a parallel type of thing, whereby food is being served and the conversations are ongoing. You may have the platform, sir.
Okay, my name is Lawrence Pila. I'm the chair development under DPSA, and then a member of the Disability Business Chamber in COJ. Okay, my concern.
Sorry, Mtala, I'm not sure what we miss kanjani mic yakho ne.
Oh, okay,
Awuzabe
okay.
uyidonsa kancane isikanje. Yabo,
All
because
right, okay.
asibuzo.
Okay, I was saying, my name is Lawrence Pila, Chair Development under DPSA. I'm also a member of Gauteng Disability Business Chamber under COJ. I've looked at the presentation. Out of 10, I'll give you a 3%. The presentation doesn't speak on disabilities, general presentations. It's something that you need to fix on that. Nothing about us without us. The reason that you did that presentation, it looked like a cut and paste, because it's something that was presented, I think, 2 years ago. I don't see any different from the presentation. And then number 2, I just want to check with you, in terms of procurement target for person with disability, did you achieve that 7%? When it comes to issue in terms of RFQ you tender something like that? I think we need an answer on that one. And then also you need to establish a disability task in your office to avoid you making the same mistakes. I think we need actions. Can we give at least you 14 days so that we can elect or deploy, or you ask us as a disability sector, someone to represent disability in your office? I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll go
You see,
this side.
all my plans now have been undertaken by the floor. Region A to Region G is no longer working because I think people who've asked questions or who've made inputs are from different regions. So, as a responsible legislature or public representatives, we allow our stakeholders to run their own program while facilitating that. So we are going to take questions from this side. So let's start here. Which one, Chair? All right. Yes. You may, if you're able to come to the mic, it's fine. Can I get another hand? There are 2 hands in the front. So I'm going to get these 2 hands before we go in the back. So she's going to be number 1. Then there's Umama here. Then that gentleman. Yes. Give her the mic.
No, she-
Oh. Sorry.
Greetings, everyone. I hope you're all well. My name is Lebogang. And I am from Tembisa. Thank you, first and foremost, for the opportunity to engage with people with disabilities. It's an opportunity I do not take for granted. But I would like to talk about service delivery within Tembisa, infrastructure that is deteriorating. I would like to request that you please address these issues. Thank you.
It's fine. We'll go by.
Thank you for that. Up here. Chairperson, this is my number 2.
Oh, number 2.
Mama, yes.
Oh.
Sanibonani. Ngiyanibingelela. Mina bengicela ukukhuluma ukuthi ngabhalisa indlu ngo1996. Indlu iningi lethu sibhalise izindlu ngo96 asikakazitholi namanje. Sihambile siloku basilayela ukuthi siye nokuphi nakuphi asiphathwa kahle lapha esihamba khona sifuna usizo ngezindlu zethu. Bengicela ukuthi nisisize nisitshele ukuthi kuzokuyenzakalani. Sihlala kuma family house. Akumnandanga kuma family house manihlala nibaningi. Siyacela nje ukubuza ukuthi izindlu sayibhalisa ngo96 asikakazitholi namanje. Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga, ma'am. Thank you very much.
It's the one.
Good morning. His name is Stephen Benjamin. Region B, Ward 82.
I like to know what you do.
He likes to know what is the IDP, the reason for IDP here, because they don't do anything for people with disability. He attended a lot of IDP sessions, but there's only promises and no implementation. Thank you. Are you finished?
I do apologize on the other but the way
Okay, is SMME's got the SMME, and at the moment he's got a project at Helen Joseph. But I can talk on behalf of him about that. There's a problem, they don't get payment. There's an opportunity for him, but there's no payment. There's always a problem to say that they're waiting from health department to pay DID to pay the contractor, and the contractor must pay the SMME. And now the SMME can't pay the workers because there's no money. So that is not the opportunity for SMMEs.
Yes, you know, how can you help me in that area?
He wants to know how can you assist him on that problem.
Please, I need help. We are people with accessibility, but we don't get help from anybody.
I don't know if you heard that. He said he needs help because there's no help for people with disability. There's no one to help.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that input.
Igama lami nguNkosana wakandaba.
Igama lakhe uNkosana wakandaba, Region D, Ward 52.
Nginemibuzo emibili eyokuqala ukuthi ngine-wheelchair ehambelayo manje kasesebenzi iphukile ifuna imali ifuna usevisi wakanika ningaseviseli ama-wheelchair ethu.
Last time they provided me with a wheelchair that uses recharging batteries. Now there's no one who's servicing this wheelchair, and the batteries are no more working. So I have to borrow the old wheelchair to come here. So who can help us to fix or to service our wheelchairs and those batteries?
Umbuzo wethu ngikhethe ikhampani 2019 yama-wheelchair. Ngifuna ukuba nekhampani yama-wheelchair ngikhethile so angikwazi ukuqhubeka nayo. Ngicela usizo lapho.
2019, I've registered as a company, a wheelchair company. So there was no one who's helping me to go forward with the company. So I need help. Who can help me?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chairperson, can you please, after Usisi, please take hands from this side.
Okay. Uzomkhulumela.
For this round, on this round. Sorry.
Ngicela inhlanhla ne. Ngicela uNkulunkulu angisize. Ngibe right. Ngibe muhle ne. Ngicela inhlanhla ngisize. Ukulimala kwami ebhasini kubuhlungu. Kubuhlungu.
Okay, her name is Khanyisile Zuma. She was attending at Pumelele Philip Kushrik. She was attacked at their transport where she was stabbed with a ballpoint at the other side of an eye. So now she's not okay anymore. She can't see clearly.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that.
There's no one who continued with the case.
All right, sorry, can we not stifle the conversation from this side? I think we'll still come back.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Can we at least try and get those hands at the back there?
All right.
Or can I have another person with a roving mic this side? You've got two, right? Can I have another person who has a roving mic to go that side? I'd really appreciate that. Anyone? Rapid move. Akuphi ama-officials namhlanje? At the back chair. Yes. There's a lady at the back there with a black, yes, that's her.
Dumelang bagolo botlhe. O buang ke Amy Wilson. I'm one of the founder ya organization. Lot of people ba sokola sasa e ga ba thusa ka disability ka go ba kwadisetsa disability. Me as mayor wa mo community le nna myself I've got 2 kids. Omong o schizophrenia. Omong ke bipolar. Doctor they diagnosed him from clinic ba khona gore ba mo fele kwalo ba re a ye SASSA. Di doctor tsa SASSA di na le problem ne re kopa thuso ka doctor tsa SASSA di gana go kwadisetsa batho SASSA ra sokola thata ka SASSA ha ke itse re llele go go bomang ka gore re tlhoka thuso ha re bereke re na le bana ba SASSA ke ra ba phelang ka bogole ra kopa thuso re lile thata ene jaka re le some of the people re le batho ba community re khona go recognize the people who need that SASSA money. How can they not help us? Re tle le bone re tla go kopa thuso go bone ra kopa IDP ra kopa please SASSA a go ntshiwe doctor e leng gore e khona go naganela motho ha motho a fitlile ko SASSA as eno mo diagnose am one aliso ale right abana gana gore motho o right but doctor ya ko clinic yone ya tseba gore this person has been drinking the medication anali le kwalo la SASSA why ene a sa khone go ka mothusa what is the problem re a kopa please there's the kopa ka tswetswe please.
Thank you very much. There was another hand at the back there.
Dumelang bagolo. Ke me Sophia from Ward 128. I also have a problem ya disability. I'm dealing with a disability in Tepiso, which is called Pomolong Resource Learning Center. How no ho ya kanna? Lidi kelello tsaka. Kini kitlo putha bana kaofela ba bana le disabled. Re etse a war. Agree government ya rona e khonwa ke strangle. Ha re sa khwante ha hona mo ba re thusang. So this thing ke khale re bua ha re kopana all the time. Re bua re thola problem ko kae le ko kae le ko kae. But ha hona way out. So ntene le betere ke gore as we have a children of a disability and we deal with them re ka kopana re etsa strangeles gore SASSA e khona ho re thusa. It's not only SASSA, even le ko di clinic banka that advantage ewa re na le bofokodi ba bana ba ba sa tshwaneng. We have a physical, mental and a really slow learner. How ka tlhabisa ngwana gago a ba right ha ba mmone go tlhoka thuso but when you are parents o dutse le ena so o gona go bona ngwana yo o need help so go dula re repeat until one go sena way forward it's waste of time and nako ke tšhelete so it's the better gore re etse ntho e le gore government o tlo khona ho rutwa ka yona. We can select 2 or 3 ya batho ba ile hore bana le disability hore yela ko parlamenteng nna ke rata ho shwela nnete than hore ke shwele maka. Ha ke tshabe ho kopana le mopresidente ke mo bolele hore batho bao ba kgethileng o ba kgethetse taba hore ba kgone go fepa dimpa tsa bona e seng bana ba rona. Bana ba disable ba hloka thuso ba dula mo di shelters tse di nelang. Ha bana income e ba tshwanetseng. Ba hloka dijo ba ja treatment. But government ba ba khathalela ba khathala ha ba batla go ba berekisa. Ha ba qeta ba berekisa ba dampa. Aba yetse taba ya hore because of batho ba ba sa khone ho re thusa ba yetse hore taba ya rona re be le mo re thusiwang teng so that o tsebe hore ha o kene ka monyako so ha se monyako public ke only disability o tlo khona o tlo tswa mola o le happy o tlo tswa mola o thotse ntho e batlang re dila ka bana ba ba dulang go mekhukhung e nelang e meng ya mekhukhu ha ina menyako e meng ya mekhukhu ha ina di window. But re need hore bana bao ba phele hantle. After that you are not clinic e be re bolela hore re tsebo hlokomela bana ba rona re hlola go nka responsibility ya bana ba rona although re failwa ke government so ke kopa le ska la dlalang ka rona le mameleng dillo tsa rona le hore na re ya kae re batla eng le rona batho ba re dilang ba re na le di project tsa disability le rona re need help so that re kgone go thusa bana ba so ha le sa re thusi rona lona la re jeka ha rena mo re tlo yang teng ka bana ba.
Thank you, ma'am.
Re a leboha.
Thank you. May I please ask, so that we have many voices, can we not drag our questions or our inputs too long, please, so that by the time that is set for us to close, so that you do not go home late as well. I think that we should be cognizant of that fact. Please do not drag your inputs or your questions and suggestions. Let's keep them brief, precise and straight to the ngiyacela. We've taken from that side at the back. Can you go at the back, this side? Kahlompo, tswetswe, batswadi ba ka.
Sanibonani. Igama lami nguvuyiswa Pele Mangboya eWard 51 eRegion D.
Phakamisa ivoice kancinci.
eRegion D. Inkinga enginayo ngihlala nomntwana o-mentally ill. Lo mntwana mentally ill akafuna ukuphuza amaphilisi uyalwa sometimes asilali. Mangibiza amaphoyisa amshiya nathi lo mntwana sibiza ne-ambulance ayizi. So mina bengisuggest ukuthi if ever kuno njengomzali if umntwana wakho akafuna ukuphuza amaphilisi mentally ngcono kube nomthetho obekwayo strictly for ukuthi uma ungawaphuzi or abe nendawo la azoyiswa khona ngoba phela abantwana
ngicela ukusukumisa nje ivoice uyikhiphe nje uyayibona asikuzwa kahle and it will be very amiss of us ukuthi sivele sicabanga ukuthi uthini bese siphendula into engekho.
Okay. So lo mntwana lo o-mental ngihlala nomntwana mo-mental akafuna ukuphuza amaphilisi and uhleli elwa every day. Masibiza amaphoyisa ayafika athi sibiza ambulance masibiza ambulance ithi sibiza amaphoyisa akho even a single day leke bake bangisiza ngomntanami egula lelo sikhathi leso. So mina bengibona ukuthi umbono wami if unomntwana one mentally ongafuna ukuphuza amaphilisi something must be done at least kube nomthetho obabophayo labantwana ukuthi bawaphuze lamaphilisi or babe nendawo la mangizile ngizocomplain ukuthi akafuni ukuphuza amaphilisi bamthatha bamise lapho ayohlala khona ngoba phela lo muntu lo dangerous for thina sonke endlini. Sometimes ngihlala ngivalile endlini ngikhiya umnyango ungakwazi ukuphuma ngenxa yomntwana ongafuni ukuphuza amaphilisi ngathi ngingasiza lapho kubo bonke abazali abantwana abangafuni ukuphuza amaphilisi.
Siyabonga ma'am, siyabonga. Ngicela laphana ekhoneni chair. There's a gentleman with the brown beanie at the end. I am going to take 3 more hands because of time. It's already 1:30. Then allow the acting executive mayor, the MMC, to respond or to say something because some of the inputs are not directly in departments and so on. It's issues that are faced by PWDs, right? So they're going to respond to those so that bese nizongishaya mfuna ngikhipha late angithi and angifuna ukushaya ama stakeholders ozwami yabona So, ngizocela nje, we are going to take that gentleman and come status is low, we pink, this is number 1. The pink here, no more, they will be followed. I'm sorry, my good sir, I can't take you again. I need to, another person who has not had an opportunity. But however, the inputs can be made online for those, but we're looking at time, right? I'm going to take 3 now, then there will be responses. I might come back later, all right? So don't be disheartened by my 3. You know, I might come back, underlining I might, okay? So let's not fight. I'm choosing my words very, so that's okay. Before my 3, that's the gentleman, then I'll take 3 usisi, and I'm gonna take another usisi olaweke pisele mnyama, then ngithathu nomonde.
Okay, sanibonani. Igama lami Mthandazo from Orange Farm from Block B. So mina i-complaint enginayo is all about isikole besiphuma kuso thina ama special school learners ne. So thina inkinga esinayo siphethe ama report abhale ama level 4. So which is kuma level 4 la wethu la asikhona ukuthola anything defana just like umsebenzi. Masithi siyahamba so apply into abaqala bayifuna like abayazini NQ level 4 abayazi. So sikhe sazama sathi siya ema district siyobuza about yini level 4. Basitshela kahle we are not even a system, so which is as qualify anyway for ukusebenza. So this year sikhe sazama sithi sihamba so apply. Basitshela ukuthi if sifuna ukungena just like emsebenzini into ezifana ama pick it up we have to ukuthi sibhadale. So thini problem esibhekene nayo ukuthi abantwana eziphuma kuma special school imsebenzi esingena kuyo we have to pay. Yinkinga esinayo. So as ebeshila umama lapha ukuthi kunama skills akhona but still kulama skills la akasitshela ukuthi kukuphi la singa apply khona, because I believe sonke sila sifuna like imsebenzi ezisiphuma from ku special school. So kuphi la singa apply khona meanwhile samele ama program wabo abawenzayo. Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga bhuti. Thank you. Thank you for that. The lady with the pink hat, the lady with the black cap, just here.
Okay.
Yes. And then Unomonde.
Okay, thank you so much, and sanibonani nonke. Here.
Which son is nje?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay, my name is Amelia Rapuleng. I am a parent of a child living with autism. Autism is a disability that it's not physical. So it tends to be looked down on, because when you look at the child, you say it's normal. That is why sometimes the parents are getting problems at SASA, not getting money to assist their kids. And when I'm looking at your IDP, it's written here, equality in education and social, etc. There is no equality in education for people living with disability, especially autism. I was asking, and I would love to see Department of Education to look at the curriculum, because the curriculum doesn't cater for children living with autism. In Soweto, we have only 2 schools that cater for autistic children. And our children are not getting skills at the early age. And again, when you look at your IDP, you see we are going to 4th industrial revolution where technology is in action. Our kids are going to be left behind because they're not being taken care of or being educated with technology at their early age, because this thing is not catered in their curriculum. And when they finish school again, I will support the gentleman from Orange Farm. Our kids will stay at home, just sitting. There's nothing that they can do, is because they are disabled. These kids are just being disabled. I'll just to give you an example, sir. There were 3 frogs that were trapped in a hole. And those 3 frogs, they couldn't jump to the other side. And people were cheering up and insulting our kids that they cannot speak, they cannot do anything, they cannot fly, they cannot do anything. And our kids are being embarrassed by the community and the Department of Education and the society at large. And the second frog didn't jump because they were mocking them. But the first frog jumped because it was deaf. It couldn't hear when people were mocking them. So I'm here to tell you that these people are talented. These people can hear. These people have pain. These people have feelings. They just need you to listen to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you have lost car keys, please come and see me. Lost and found. If you have lost car keys, indicate, and I'll ask you questions about the car keys. Yes, sis.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngubonge ngakambatha. So mina ngicela ukuthi ugovernment asize ngokuthi nabantu abadisable asiqashwa kalula. So kusasa ngiyohola mara inhliziyo yami ibuhlungu ngoba lapha engihlala khona ngibhadala 2000 ukuthi le mali yami yonke iyahamba ngizosala ngale mali ey'ngane ney'ngane ey'mbili. So isacela ukuthi asisize ukuthi masibhalisa ama-RDP asheshe aphume thina abantu abadisable ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga. Nomonde?
Thank you, Chair. Sanibonani ngoba qeda ukungena uNomonde lo from Sharp. Is a suggestion. Benginesicelo, if you are making events, can you kindly have from each region take one person from centers, not region, from ama center abantu disabled? Can you take one person enzokhuluma naye antshela ukuthi my people need this, my people need this, including the transportation, because we are always promised and transport doesn't work in that way. That one is a suggestion. And another thing, I'm from Lufereyeng. Ngithole RDP house eLufereyeng. There are many houses as empty eLufereyeng. I went in and out to housing with Siform Abantu, but I don't get assist because I go alone. So, Chair, I think when this year you are going to change things for us. Another thing, a parliament, the people are old, but they are working. People who are disabled, they say, if guna learnership or gunento, they say they want 18 to 35. Can you kindly assist those people who are above 35? Even if it's a learnership, because they are the one who put food in the table, but they only live with grant. Youth, they give them job, skill, project, anything. So can you kindly assist our center? We have spaces, people need to work. Only if you can give us project. We have been applying, but there is no approve. Can you kindly assist us on that? Thank you.
Thank you. Sis Nomonde, I call that the missing middle. From 35 going to 50 or something, I call it the missing middle, whereby it's like they don't exist in the system. So thank you very much for raising that. I think it's important. Can I hold on the hands for now so that we can get responses? Because at the end of the day, you need to get responses, right? Whether the responses are favorable or not, we need to respond so that you are able to hold us accountable going forward, you know? When you are calling me to say, Chairperson, what is happening with these departments? I'm able to say, I'm holding a Section 79 committee meeting on this particular day. Come, social development will be there. Health will be there, and so on and so forth. And so that you can get these responses, because you've raised them here, and if they are not being followed through based on the responses you're going to get, then it needs us, both you and I, as a chairperson of a committee, to work together in holding them accountable and making sure that they give the services that they need to render to our residents. Irrespective of color, creed, of disability or anything, services needs, to be taken to our people. The acting executive mayor. Oh, sorry. You see, MMC, now I'm making you a missing middle. So I'll give it to MMC for community development. Then the acting executive mayor will come immediately afterwards. Thank you. Asimshayeleni izandla abantu bakithi house yanicela.
Thank you very much, Program Director, Chairperson, and greetings to our speaker, Councillor Nobuhle Mthembu, our acting mayor, Councillor Margaret Arnolds, our officials from the city, secretary of the council, and all the councillors in the house, and most importantly, our stakeholders. Greetings. I've noted all your concerns, and then as a member of the mayor committee, some of the concerns that are not directly affecting my department, I will raise them there with the relevant MMCs and the mayors. However, in other issues, for example, issue Yasasa, we had what you called, we have signed what you call a memorandum of agreement with provincial government. And the provincial government have promised us they're going to send the officials to their houses of those who cannot able to go to the offices to be helped with SASSA programs. However, we will also going to intervene to ensure that the SASSA people, all the officials that are working in SASSA, come to your centers, comes to your houses to help you with issues that the SASSA, to make sure that you, end of the day, you get paid. And then when coming to concern number one, talking about our facilities. In my department, we're going to make sure that in all our facilities, the sports facilities, the libraries, must be friendly user to people with disabilities. We will make sure that the old ones, we are going to revamp them, and the new ones, we will have all the equipment necessary for people with disabilities. And then the concern number two, the issue, the houses. The issue of the houses, like as I said, I will raise this with the MMCs of housings, and we'll make sure that your concerns are being addressed. But however, in general, what I can say that we have noted all your concerns, and we'll raise them and address them with the mayoral committee. The rest, I will leave to the mayor, acting mayor, to address. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much for those questions, which are relevant. I want to start off by saying it is important that whatever happens about you is with you. You know, the young people has this thing and says there's nothing about us without us. And I do believe that you also have that right to say that. The first question that we received is that on different centers, so that the centers are able to speak on behalf of their communities. And I think, Speaker, that's a good suggestion. And we'll also carry that over to the executive. But let me say, when I started, my opening was that this is a people's plan. And we are here today to understand and get your input on this people's plan. It is a draft. It is not final. So whatever you have given us here today, we need to go into it and look at what it is that we are able to put into this plan that you have suggested. We cannot do anything without you. I also want to say thank you to Region F2 and Ward 57 that has given in a lot of input into this. Yes, you are right. We have a desk of women. We have a desk of youth. We also need to have, and importantly, the desk for disability, for people with disabilities. That is one of the things that we need to look into and give attention to. The infrastructure issue came from a lady on this side, and I think we have also said that infrastructure is very important. Thus, you've seen the budget speaks to infrastructure. The budget speaks to City Power, Joburg Water, JRA, and all the areas where there's infrastructure. But I also want to go as far as saying that a lot of your inputs and a lot of your issues spoke to provincial government, especially the ones of education. There is no MMC of education in the city of Johannesburg. But from time to time, we speak to our people on top, be it in the province or be it national, where things are not working. I must also allude you that when it comes to issues of the projects at Helen Joseph, we will look at it because that's also an integrated issue. It also affects the province. We will look into that and have a discussion why the SMMEs are not paid. I do believe that the HOD of health is around. Martin, if you are here, there are some questions that you have to respond to. For instance, the batteries of the wheelchairs. And then, when it comes to SASSA, we are not the ones dealing with SASSA, but that we would also deal with the province and national. The special school units, those are also in the Department of Education, and we'll take it up with them. RDPs for disabilities, I will speak to the MMC of housing and look into it, how they deal with the issues. I cannot say, yes, they are dealing with it, or no, they're not, but I also know that we are on the verge of dealing with every segment in society. Any one of you that has an issue which we have not addressed, can I see the hands from where the table is, where they can register? Community, no. I want officials to show us where can they register the issues. If either you go to that table or there's a table on that side. On my left, which is your right at the back, you can go and write your issues. And I must tell you that when you go and write it in, they do give attention and you will be informed of how it has been processed. So I'd ask that people register at the table. Those questions that we have not answered, we will give it on to the MMCs that are not here so that they are able to deal with those issues. I'm going to ask through you, Speaker, I'm going to ask HOD of Health to come out and also address other issues. Martin.
Thank you very much, Acting Mayor. Dumelang, Madam Speaker, MMCs, and councillors present here today. My name is Martin Lebeya. Acting Mayor, I'm actually from social development. Yes, I'm from social development, so I'm going to deal with the issues that were raised that talks within our scope the scope of our work. Yeah, let me start with the SASSA issue, or maybe let me just indicate that I've got my colleagues with me here. They're seated this side from social development. So there are certain issues that we are going to deal with them now before we leave here, because those cannot even wait for tomorrow. We'll be addressing them now. So the issue of the SASA issue, it has been a problem that we've been experiencing. So I had the two ladies there complaining about that. What we are going to do, we've got social workers who are assisting with the SASA-related matters. So what happens is that we'll send a social worker to come to the house to conduct what we call an assessment. They come up with an assessment report, which is going to be submitted to SASA to make sure that the process is fast-tracked. So those two ladies who were complaining about SASA, can you please come and see me after here? I'll be seated there at that side. And then Sophie, you mentioned something about the children that the problem was that I couldn't hear all the questions properly where I was seated, speaker. But she mentioned something about children with disabilities that she's taking care of. So one of the subunits that reside in social development is persons with disabilities. And I've got colleagues from that unit seated here. They will assist you now after my presentation. And then we also noted the issue of the mental patient who doesn't like to take medication. Even though it doesn't fall within our scope, we'll refer this to our colleagues at health to assist, to see how they can assist in that regard, Acting Mayor. And then the issue of the schools level 4 qualifications that the brother raised at the back there, I also noted that. I will also have a chat with you after here. I noted what you said. Maybe we can find a way of how we can assist as well. And then the issue of, there was also an issue of autism, that there were only 2 schools in region in Soweto for children with autism. As much as the acting mayor indicated that education is not within our scope of work, we do work with our colleagues from provincial department, the Department of Basic Education. We can also engage them and see how they can assist us in making sure that children with autism also access those schools, because indeed we need to make sure that no one is left behind. Deputy Mayor, Acting Mayor and Madam Speaker. I'm just. Yes, yeah, I think those were some of the issues that were raised, but also just to indicate before I step down, Chairperson, to say that all the other issues that were raised, as they indicated, we noted them, and I would like to always say whenever I'm in the public domain like this, because I've got an official cell phone, so I'm going to give you my official cell phone, that you can give me a call if you did not get what you were supposed to get. So my number is this one. Can you take out your pen? And those people that I'm referring you to them, they are officials. They've also got city phones. They must give you their city phone cell numbers. It's not their personal numbers. They must give you those numbers. Mine is 082 467 9293. 082 467 9293. Martin Levia. Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, MMC, the Acting Mayor, and the HOD, for those responses. I think there's another request that has been made, that the PWD help desk should be functional in the city, of which currently is not. We are going to, I think through you, Speaker, that we have to elevate that, so that that desk, like the youth desk that is currently working, it needs to be set up, and we need to have people who are responsible for this particular, these stakeholders. Also, Speaker, I think because these IDP sessions are very small and with time, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, can you please I'm going to make this plea to you, Speaker, and I'm going to put you on the spot, in a spotlight here. Can we have what, I think you've spoken about it previously, taking the legislature to the people. Taking it to the people is taking it to different stakeholders now, not just everybody clubbed in one place, especially this particular sector or stakeholders. I think the issues that we've seen today and we are exposed to, they need us to have a greater focus on this particular sector, you know, and focus on it per region, not everybody coming into one place. I had people are coming from Tembisa and everything, and how many people are left behind and not part of this. So I think when we go to regions, taking the legislature there and coming back, inviting the executive and the departments to be a part of that, I think it will be something that brings closer government to the people as it should and as it is enshrined in our constitution. I am going to apologize profusely because of time. It's 10 to 2, and I need to release everyone by 2 o'clock. As I've said before, I might be taking another round. Now the might applies, meaning that it was not definite that I will take another round. I said I'm choosing my words carefully so that you don't use them against me tomorrow. And you say, hey, this one is a liar, this one. He promised us questions, but now he did not. I would have to cut this session here, and the speaker will come with the closing remarks. I'm not sure what she's going to promise you, but I've made the plea to saying that we need continuous conversations around this. The PWD desk, we are going to involve the stakeholders to be a part of it, because nothing about you without you. So I can't be the head of that. And the next thing, I do not have an idea of what is going on in that particular sector. Is that okay? So, but Sis Nomondo, we are communicating. Those organizations who would want to communicate with me, my number is 072 429 3880. 072. Sis Nomondo can share the number with others as we go. 072 429 3880. I'll still be around, you know, so communicate. Speaker of Council.
Siyabonga, Chairperson Zikebe. Thank you to everyone who has availed themselves ukuthi beze today. You know, I think we've learned a lot. We've learned so much from you. And you are right, Chairperson Zikebe, we always speak about bringing legislature back to the people. But with the plea that was made here today, yes, as legislature, sizabe siya to different regions. We'll be visiting different regions and get to know more about your life, Putwam. More about your life, Siswam. I heard when you were speaking, and really it's some of the challenges that you are going through. We understand that it's a local government, but if there's a place where we can come in and assist, I think that's what we should do. You know, so that's one thing we'll be doing. Thank you so much for coming once again. Sis Nomonde, we've heard you about the buses. Thank you for bringing that up to our attention. And it's every year, it's unfortunate, but in municipality, even a change of administration so much. So that's why I'm saying, from this session, out of all IDP sessions, we have learned more from you. The executive came to present the IDP plan, but as legislature, we have learned more about you and your life, and where there's a lot of gaps and a lot of loopholes, and there's a corner. But we'll be coming to you. Please travel safe. Health and social development, they are this side. Please go to them. No kulmangama issues wenu. The ones that have shared their numbers, thank you, Put Martin, for that. Please be in contact and let's see how we can assist you further. I would like to adjourn this meeting. Travel safe.